What's going on, you guys? It's Queerphorexia, and we are back from Magicon Chicago. This weekend was phenomenal. This past weekend, I should say, because this is releasing on a Friday. So I want to go over everything that happened this weekend, last weekend in Chicago. It was a great time, and let's talk about it. So I want to first off go by saying I couldn't have attended Magicon Chicago without the New Perspectives program, and that I want to give a second to just really shout out and say thank you to Wizards of the Coast and the New Perspectives grant program. It is absolutely wonderful. So when Vegas comes around this fall, be sure you put in your application for that. If you think it is something that you qualify for, I will say this program is like 10 out of 10 amazing. Like Samir and the whole team are like the sweetest of sweethearts, and I honestly, like, this weekend would not have been half as special as it was without them. So I want to be sure to give them their flowers because they all deserve them. Everyone on the New Perspectives program, really, thank you so much for making Magicon Chicago happen for me. And I want to also give a thank you to the community for helping me deal with my bills before that event, because losing my job literally in the beginning of the year was awful. But let's get back to Chicago. So day 0, Thursday, I got in around noon. I met up with Southernmost DM, one of my favorite people in this community, and we headed to the convention center. And as soon as we got there, before we went to badge pickup, we met up with Joe Johnson and the professor right off the bat. It was so great to see Joe again and to meet the professor for the first time. Always lovely. Shout out to both of them. I got some pictures of me and professor right here. I don't know what those noises are, but I'm going to be inserting pictures and stuff as we talk about the con. So anyways, fast forward where I'm seeing all of my friends, Yall Goth. I ran into Z, main character, Nexus MTG, and a bunch of just lovely other people on day 0. It was a great way to kick off the con. It was a great first day. And then later on in the afternoon, I went and had New Perspectives dinner with all of the lovely folks in that program, and it was amazing. We met with Gavin Verhey. That was great to meet him for the first time. And we did a little two-headed giant sealed, and the lovelies from Birds of Paradise, Bobby Christine and Jordan LeBond, were there, and I got to play a two-headed giant game with them and light the Phyrexian. It was a fun time. My Gruul Stompy deck did not work out, unfortunately. Okay, so moving to day 1, the official first day of Magicon Chicago. I had gotten my cosplay the night prior from Mythic Michaela. I want to shout out Mythic Michaela too. If it was not for her, Savra would not have came alive Friday. So I want to be sure to give her thanks where it's due. Friday, I'm in Savra cosplay. I am hanging out, I'm vibing, and then 2 p.m. rolls around and it's time for my spot at Creator Central. And the creator program with WotC is very cool. Diana runs a very fun program, and honestly, this community could not exist without the work her and her team does. So shouts to them as well. I know I'm shouting out a lot of people in this video. There's a lot of really cool people in this community, and I think you should all get to know them. And yeah, the Creator Central went great. I gave out a lot of KMC sleeves. Shout out to the best sleeve company in the business, KMCs. They are just the most phenomenal sleeves in the game, and I was so happy to be able to put them in the hands of so many people during Creator Central. And like, thank you to everyone who asked me to sign something, to take a picture. Friday was a phenomenal day. After the Creator Central, I just kind of walked around and hung out for a bit as Savra, and it was very cool to just run into people and people be like, oh my god, I love your cosplay, can I take a picture? Who did it? Or did you make it? Who made it? And it was like very, very surreal to experience my first time in cosplay. I recently joined a lovely cosplay community group on Discord, so I'm going to be trying to make my first on my own soon, fingers crossed. And so and we wrapped up day 1 at LobbyCon in the Hyatt. And LobbyCons are always great. They're like part of the reason to go to a Magic Con, to like hang out after the convention and continue to play Magic and hang out with your friends. And yeah, Day 1 was phenomenal. So Day 2 is the big bulk of this video. That was the Duel Commander Cup at Magicon Chicago. The first, I think the first Duel Commander event held at a Magic convention. I was very excited to participate in this, and yeah, the games were very fun. I'm very happy with how I played. I was on Grist Hungertide. I love this deck a lot. The link for that will be in the description. And if you want to play Duel Commander, I will try to do that thing where a video pops up on the screen right now and it points you to this video about how to play Duel Commander. Yeah, I think it's a fun format. I think more people should play it, and going into the tournament, I was very nervous, but it was just nerves. That's all it was. It ended up at a 65-player event. We had a bunch of folks who thought it was just regular Commander pods, which was unfortunate that there wasn't actually 65 people there who knew what Duel Commander was and was excited to play. But I did meet some lovely folks while I was waiting for the event to start who had seen my content. So if you're watching this right now, you know who you are. Thank you so much for hanging out with me throughout the tournament. I appreciate you a lot, and I can't wait to hopefully play against you in Duel Commander again soon. Anyways, let's start off with round 1. I was up against Lord Windgrace, the Planeswalker mirror match, and it was a bit of a slog, but we went in there and we did the thing with Grist and got it 2-0. Starting off with our first win of the day. And then game 2, we were against Odra X Onel Burn. That game was a lot more hard fought for me. Burn is always good in this format, so there was a lot of things that I personally wasn't ready to deal with, but overall, after the mana barbs of it all, we took it to 1. So we go into round 3, 2-0, and in this round we fight the Rat Colony deck. Marrow-Nautinder, I think, is the name of the commander they played. It was Rat Colony. I don't want to be mean about it, but I did just kind of pub stomp them into the ground. They weren't really prepared for Grist, so I did take that one to 0. And going into round 4, we take our first loss of the day against the deck that I am personally the weakest against, Atraxa Control. We lost that match 2-0, and Atraxa Control is just such a hard deck to fight no matter what deck you are. And it was personally a very bad matchup for my Grist deck. I'm a very mid-rangey deck, so I ran out of answers before I could start to overtake the board, and it was just not a fun game. I think specifically in this round, game 2, I took a very, very risky keepy one-lander, and it did not pay off. It just did not pay off, and I should have mulliganed a bit harder. But it's okay, because in round 5 against Amara, I cut a little deal with the person because they didn't really care about their standings. They just wanted the tickets. So I may have bought my way into a 2-0 in that round, but we still played games, and it was a lot of fun. I ended up 2-0 in that one, and then we go to round 6, and I have to face off against Atraxa once again. This time I'm able to sneak a win in there, but we end up losing the match in total, going 1-2. So this brings our record to 4-2 over the 6 rounds we've played. And in our final round, we had to face Shalai and Halar, which was a Naya combos deck, but we had no problem dismantling those as we took the round 2-0. And yeah, my final record was 5-2. I made the top 16 and finished in 10th place. The Atraxa deck I lost to in round 6 ended up in my top 8 spot. So I am a little salty at you if you're watching this video. But it is okay. I will get them next time. We will win the whole dang shebang going into the next tournament, I promise. after that, I went and got dumplings with a couple friends. It was very cute and very fun with the Birds of Paradise girlies and friends. And then, yeah, I went to LobbyCon for a bit, played a few games. Then my stomach started to hurt, so I had to head to bed early. Starting round day 3 of the con, not round 3, day 3 of the con, I get there early because I'm trying to get my hands on that Dark Ritual playmat. Unfortunately, I got there a little too late and I missed the cut on the 100-person cap for line to get it. So I did not walk out with that, but I did spend the rest of the day hanging out with friends, grinding tickets, and I finally have this oversized card. Look at this thing. It is gorgeous. It is absolutely gorgeous. Like, hello. Sorry, I was pausing to take a picture for the thumbnail. Anyways, yeah, day 3 was a lot of fun. It was a great day of just spending my last day running around, making the rounds, and seeing folks playing games. And I played my first CDH game of the weekend. It was against comedian Ian, Luna Stardust, and Katie Karlov. It was a fun deck. I was on Thrasios and Vile Smasher. Lua was on Throb Nixilus. Katie was on Toxroll, and I can't remember which deck Ian was on. But in game 1, I took it in turn 2 with a fat Adnos win. Thank you, Ian, for helping coach me through that turn to get the brain freeze win. But, you know, a win is a win, and we'll take it. Game 2, unfortunately, Ian just kind of like roundhouse kicked us all in the face, but it was okay. It was a fun, like, first CDH experience of the weekend. I wanted to play more, but I ended up not, like, being able to with how busy I was all weekend. And yeah, the con was just a lot of fun. Day 3 was just a lot of time spent at LobbyCon and with friends because the convention hall closed early. And I mean, yeah, it was a fantastic weekend. I'm gonna take this time to say thank you to everyone who hung out with me this weekend, who like went and got dinner, ate food. Philip Gallagher, Defiant Cathar. We had lunch on Friday. It was very fun, very cute, deep dish experience. And yeah, this weekend was just a lot of fun. It was just, it's a Magicon, right? We're there to gather. That's what I did, and it was a blast. And yeah, this video is starting to get a little longer than I want it to be, so I'm gonna sign off here. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week. Later.